Derek Carr may be out for the 25 season with a shoulder injury. He's even weighing surgery. Will they address the quarterback need in the draft, run with Spencer Rattler, or have the third option, which I think could help them in the long run? Find out right now on Hilltime Sports. What's up, everybody? This is Hilltime Sports. I'm your host, Trenton, and today we're going to talk a little bit about those New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr, he's probably going to be out for the season, may opt for surgery, as I said before. Last year, he had a 67.7 completion percentage. Yes, I'm using my handy-dandy notebook, so don't sue me. 67.7 completion percentage, 2,145 yards in 10 games, and 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Derek Carr, as someone who grew up in the Central Valley and is a fan of the guy, I know that he throws a lot of hospital balls. We all saw what happened with Chris Olave last year and a few other receivers. Losing Olave for the season really hurt the Saints. They started out really well last year, at least Derek did, but as the season progressed, he just went back to what he did in Oakland. He's very inconsistent, I think the best years are behind him. He's 34, he's 33, 34, he's about my age, and I don't know how much he's got left in the tank, especially with the shoulder injury. We all saw what happened with Andrew Luck. The question is can former fifth-round pick Spencer Rattler pick up for him this year? Last year, Spencer Rattler had 1,317 yards in 7 games, 4 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. His completion percentage was 57% and only threw 5.8 yards per completion. He also had 5 fumbles, which isn't good if you want to be a franchise quarterback in the NFL, especially with all these rookies playing nowadays instead of sitting years. Spencer Rattler, I don't think, is the answer to the Saints' problems. I think that he's a backup. He was touted as the number 1 pick a while ago, years ago, but there's a reason he was drafted in the 5th round. Maybe it's his attitude that we saw in that Netflix special or from interviews or things like that. Maybe it's just he doesn't have what it takes to be an NFL quarterback, and teams saw that and they didn't draft him high. The Saints are stuck with him if they don't opt to go with the quarterback in the 1st round or 2nd round or whatever in the NFL draft this year. We all know that Cam Ward will probably go to the Tennessee Titans, so that leaves Shedeur Sanders and Jackson Dart, who I think if they can go get Shedeur Sanders, then I say that he would probably do best in that offense. Jackson Dart is not a 1st-round quarterback, in my opinion. He's someone that's going to have to sit behind a veteran quarterback. And having Derek Carr as that leader could have helped him a lot. I know that Derek Carr, he's on his way out of the league. I don't even think he wanted to play for the Saints and Kellen Moore. The last coach brought him in, but I don't know. He's going to be out for the season maybe, so they may just go with Jackson Dart. But there is a third option that I think would do best, and I know a lot of Saints fans don't want to hear this, but I say embrace the tank. Embrace the tank. Draft someone who can help your offensive line or your receiving or running back or receiving core defense. Don't draft a quarterback this year. Tank. Tank next year if you don't have a quarterback. And go after Arch Manning. Arch Manning is the consensus number 1 pick next year. And what way to bring the thing full circle as to bring in Archie Manning's grandson, who's named Arch Manning. Wouldn't that be pretty cool to have his grandson on the team? You know, maybe he won't do as bad as Archie did on those bad Saints teams, but who knows? I think that you guys I don't think there's a quarterback out there who is worthy of the number 1 pick, who's worthy of a top 10 pick for the Saints that will help your team right now. you're gonna have to wait a year anyways, and you might as well get the best quarterback you can get next year and try and just call this season a wash. I know like Saints fans probably don't want to hear it, but that's where I'm sitting as a person who talks about football. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Hilltime Sports.